Welcome, my children of the night, to Terror Tales of LA, the podcast. Your home for all things horror and all things Los Angeles.
Hello, and welcome back to Terror Tales of LA, the podcast. I am your host, Adri Diaz.
And I'm your other host, Quentin Writings.
Where we are two friends who love anything horror related.
Mm-hmm.
And you can listen to us and trust that we know what we're talking about because we both have final girl energy.
Mm-hmm.
I have big, beautiful chi-chis.
Yep.
One slightly bigger than the other.
Yep.
But, you know, that final girl look. And then we have our smart, neurodivergent,
The Velma.
the Velma of the group.
To your Daphne.
To my Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Scooby-Doo's rocking big fat juicers.
Yeah, it's 6 titties.
6 honking titties. So yeah, you can trust us. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
We don't mean to do this, but we tend to talk about a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
But honestly, we do other things besides horror movies.
I mean, there's LA in the title of the show.
Yes, we both live in LA. We've been here for over a decade, right?
Yeah.
So that's another thing too. Once you are here for over 10 years, you are
a citizen.
A citizen of the United States of America.
And we both got here when we were just teenagers.
14 tops.
Yeah.
14. You know, we got divorced from our parents.
Yeah, we got legally emancipated.
And we moved here at the fresh age of 14 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, 11, because you're 3 years older than me.
Right.
So a preteen, if you will, for me.
We're cool. We're Zoomers. We've never not had screens.
Yeah, I don't even know what a not screen is.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I don't even know what a not screen is.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
what we're getting at is we're super, super young.
Yes.
And beautiful and not in our 30s.
Mm-mm.
Talking about horror.
Exactly.
Starting a podcast barely now.
Yes. We've done none of those things.
None of those things 'cause we're so young.
Yeah.
But, okay, so what I was saying is we don't always do horror movies, but lately we have been on a horror movie kick.
I mean, it is a good time for it.
It is a great time. Summer is the perfect time for horror movies, in my opinion.
Summer in particular is banging, though.
Bang in summer. In our last episode, we talked about upcoming horror movies.
Check that one out last week.
Mm-hmm. And to start it off, we watched one of the movies we talked about last.
No, this one was a surprise.
What
we
do you mean?
didn't name check this one. This one was kind of
We
came
didn't
out of nowhere.
bring her back?
Nope.
What? Why?
I think it just kind of flew under the radar. Like I only knew about this because of the actual poster in the theater. I think the last time we were there.
No, when we did the podcast episode last week, we talked about Bring Her Back. Someone leave in the comments if we did or not.
Who's dumb? Who's dumb? I can't remember something that happened a week ago.
Is Velma right or Big Chi-Chi Scooby-Doo right? Let us know below.
Scooby Double D's.
Ooh, Scooby, like Scooby-Doo. But you see titties and say, yo.
Scooby Boobies.
Oh, that's good. Scooby Boobies.
There you go, Scooby Boobies.
Or Boobies Boo Do.
No.
Like Scooby-Doo, Booby-Doo.
I got it. Mine was good.
Scooby Boobies.
That was the end of it. Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Raggy, they're bouncing.
Okay, anyways, regardless if we talked about it last week or not,
Mm-hmm.
we saw a double feature.
That was I love having my AMC pass for this reason. Like a double feature is like such a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got to hang out at the City Walk. We saw 2 movies. We saw Bring Her Back.
And
We took a little break.
we took a little break at Margaritaville.
And one more little pit stop at Bubba Gump's.
Bubba Gump.
Where you housed a Pizookie.
I didn't. Okay, first of all, shut the hell up. I didn't house a Pizookie.
You
I
did.
just wasn't drinking while you alcoholics were all snarfing your red, white, and blue drinks.
I had a beer.
Then why was your beer also red? There was a layer of red and blue.
Yeah, that was from my gums.
Yeah. You need a floss, Quinn. I've been telling you for years.
No, the beer sterilizes them. It's okay.
I wasn't drinking, and so yes, I ordered a dessert at Bubba Gump.
Yeah.
Heaven
You
forbid a
walked
girl
into
has
the
a
bar
sweet tooth.
and ordered a comically large sundae. It looks so funny.
And it wasn't great.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't very good. That it just felt like very cheap ingredients.
Yeah.
But I don't regret it one bit. They ID'd us, which made me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Even you, I was like, okay, relax. What are you getting, a spam call?
Another spam call. That's like my second one today.
What? How many pornographics are you seeing on your phone for them to keep calling you?
You think they call?
Yeah. Hey King, you haven't watched porn lately.
You haven't resubscribed.
Yeah.
Yeah. OnlyFans is now like a direct to consumer service. That would probably work for some people.
I was about to say I feel like there might be money in that.
Because I've heard of like girls like hiring like their boyfriends or like other people like to essentially run the messages. Like, so you think you're talking to the girl, it's like some weird guy in his 40s that they like hired to call you hot and care about your problems.
I saw a one-man show about that, but we can get into that another time. Where a guy that was like, his whole thing was like, I was making a lot of money on OnlyFans pretending to be women.
Oh man,
messaging.
That's really easy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like traumatizing too. Oh, I mean, you have to get probably really used to just looking at strangers like dicks. Like
they're what?
Dicks.
Okay, why'd you say it like dicks?
Dicks.
Sticks.
I think
you had a little lisp when you said it.
I got stuck between like I was gonna say penises, but
dicks.
But it came as dicks.
Dicks. So you think it's more traumatizing to see dicks than it is to find out that you actually aren't talking to a woman and you've been actually texting some like old man?
I mean, they're both bad. They're both bad for all parties involved.
I would feel like I got ripped off.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
I'd be pissed.
If I paid a bunch of money to what I thought was this beautiful woman and like I was putting her through school and I found out it was just some like fucking guy that looked like me. It was like my age. It was doing
I like
this.
that your hero POV is, well, I'm putting her through school.
Yeah. Well, I'm not giving her money just for this one thing. I want her to eventually quit
and be a nurse.
And be a nurse who's obviously very mean. I don't know what it is. Pretty girls make mean nurses.
That is true. Oh, if you're listening, you won't get this, but for some reason today, Quentin and I are accidentally really matching.
Yeah.
We're both wearing blue and brown, which is such a random combination to begin with.
They do look good together, though. Like, it's a good color combo.
Yeah, and I was trying to figure out why this happened, and I was like, oh, probably it was, our producer pointed out, maybe subconsciously, when we went to Universal to see the movie, there was a exhibit or installation where you got to see the costumes from Brokeback Mountain. And I was like, oh, did we subconsciously dress up like Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain together?
Maybe it's on the brain. We did establish neither of us have seen it.
Not because we're not allies.
Yeah.
But because we were so young when it came out.
And I didn't want to get bullied.
That's true. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
We are both big old allies.
Big old allies.
We've never said anything problematic about that community. And
why would you say it like that?
Why
would you literally say it like that? Now it makes it sound like we did say something like that.
And we will continue to support you in your lifestyle.
Okay, you have the weirdest energy right now, and I need it to stop. I say Happy Pride, and you immediately went black in the eyes.
Well, I gotta like wink at the other.
Who are you winking at? We're being sincere when we say Happy Pride.
Yes, we are being sincere.
You have the nastiest attitude, and it's got to stop right now. We are only 7 minutes in, and you're already somehow.
Sorry, it just feels like it feels like saying Happy Pride just to me feels too much like Coca-Cola loves our gays, or like Coors Light for trans rights kind of thing. Like,
okay, first of all, we know
because we support y'all 12 months out of the year, not just the one.
Oh my god, this is so awful.
I'm the ally. Adri, on the other hand, is the AstroTurf campaign.
This is literally my nightmare.
By the way, who got claps just now between the two of us? Me, from our producer. 12 months out of the year, baby.
Something is wicked brewing inside of you. We shouldn't have seen that double feature.
I mean, speaking of something wicked, let's talk about
Wicked 2. The trailer came out today.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wicked. Anyways, we saw a double feature of Bring Her Back.
Yep. And
directed
Friendship.
by, Bring Her Back, directed by
the Raka Raka Boys.
And who are they?
They're two Australian YouTubers turned filmmakers.
Mm,
They kind of, I think, really established themselves like last year with Talk to Me. That was their
right.
debut.
It didn't come out last year, did it? It was like 2 years ago.
Well, 2 years ago, sure.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, this is their second film. And then we saw Friendship. Which honestly, both as scary.
Yes.
Both very scary movies.
Can you guess who I identified with in Friendship?
I know who you identified with and Bring Her Back.
Mm-hmm.
That little demon boy with the little pot belly.
I did like it. His little belly kept growing over the course of the movie.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the movie, I guess stop listening to this podcast unless you don't care about spoilers, because we're going to go over some spoilers because we really enjoyed that movie and we want to talk about it.
Yeah, it was one of those, like, you kind of go in blind. I didn't know a ton about the movie. I'd just seen the poster.
Yes.
And I hadn't watched any trailers, so I was very happy to be surprised by what was kind of like a trauma-ish movie, but like really well done.
Yeah, because you notoriously hate trauma horror movies.
Trauma as like a metaphor in horror movies. I think it's gotten a little heavy-handed.
Is it because you grew up in the suburbs and you had two loving parents that still love each other to this day?
I have different kind of trauma.
What? You're gonna get bullied for watching Brokeback Mountain in high school.
They would have hit me with them slurs.
I mean, I guess 2019 was a different time.
I mean, the pre-pandemic things were much worse here in America.
Oh, okay.
But lately, for me personally, things are I don't know why.
Stop. Okay, so we saw Bring Her Back. I think didn't really know what the movie was going to be about. I had seen the poster, and it's like this. I thought it was a girl, but now I'm realizing it was the little boy. But it's like a kid.
He did be looking like 11 from like Stranger Things.
Oh, for
a little
sure.
bit, like
he
in
was
the
giving
in the
11.
poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just see like a hand on a head, and he had like little scary little demon eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I didn't really know much about it, but I kind of feel like up top they kind of give you the gist of it. There's like this old found footage of this like cult that says we are not a cult, which I was like, what? Like why?
Oh no, I think that was just the title card.
Yes, we are not a cult,
yeah.
and you see
just like fun.
Yeah, you see some white people. It's always the white people hanging.
We're spooky.
Yeah, you guys are.
What can I say?
And like hanging people by the neck, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is a little freaky, a little freak-a-leak."
Yeah.
And then we get introduced the two main characters.
Our two main characters, they're step siblings.
Siblings.
They treat each other like siblings. Like they're clearly very close.
Yes, and her name is Piper.
She's visually impaired.
Visually impaired in real life and in the movie. And it was like her first movie, right?
Yeah, she was not an actor. It's cute. Like there was a casting call for like visually impaired actors in Australia. Through, and then like her mom found it like through a Facebook group.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And so she, auditioned and got the part, and I think she did a great job.
Oh, she was really, really great. And sometimes non-actors are the best actors.
She just felt
Johnny
natural.
Depp?
Like, the classic, like, oh,
Depp?
I want to be a musician.
Mr. Johnny Depp. Yeah, he was just being hot, and someone was like, "Do you want to be an actor?" And then he was just like, "Sure, okay." And then he became like a wildly successful actor.
And the name of the brother, I'm double checking right now. Andy,
yes.
He was also good.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Yeah, it's so funny because you were like, I wonder if that actress, that little girl, is actually visually impaired. And I was like, yeah, of course she would be. I feel like that would be crazy not to get a non-visually impaired person.
I don't know how accurate they're going for.
I just feel like we live in a new era where it's like we want to actually see people
true representation.
So I'm very happy that they actually used someone.
Yeah,
and she was great. She was
great. And rounding out the cast, we have Sally Hawkins, who's always like a welcome presence. I've never really seen her go villain mode, and
she was so good.
She's so good. She was the lead in The Shape of Water.
That's right. She fucked that fish.
And she was like in Blue Jasmine, which is like a Woody Allen film that she was also Oscar nominated for. Like, she's got like chops. Like she's
got range.
She's been around forever, and she's very good. But she usually doesn't play like she's more so naturally warm. I think. I don't. She doesn't usually play villains.
Oh wait, doesn't she play like visually impaired or deaf or mute or something in
Funny
Shape
enough,
of Water?
she was mute in The Shape of Water.
Oh, well, she ain't mute in real life.
She be talking.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's a new era. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, and I'm feeling good after my coffee.
Yeah. So we have this cast. It opens on a tragedy. They're being raised by a single dad who I don't know, was like
Did he slip?
was
I'm confused on how he died.
He was getting freaky in the shower.
Yeah, he was
by
in the
himself.
By himself.
And he fell over and bonked his head.
I don't. It didn't really specify exactly how he died.
Well, he had like throw up on his. He could have like. I've heard when you like hit your head really hard, you can like cause you like to seize or like something like that. Mm-hmm. He could have had a stroke and died or something.
Yeah, and so these two step siblings
are forced. There's a lot of single parents in this movie because there's no mom. Some of their step siblings. So there's two moms implied. Neither of them were in the movie.
Right.
Never mentioned. Yeah, so we don't know what happened to them. So they're being raised by their dad, but
they go into foster care.
Andy is not of age, so he's will be 18 in a few months, but he cannot like take care of his little sister yet, and they want to stay together.
Yes, and so they go into foster care, and they go into this kind of creepy neighborhood in the middle of the woods. A lone house.
It's very remote.
Yes, and then they notice right away as they're pulling up that there is a white line circled around the whole house. Well, you find out later from like a drone shot that
but there's a big old like
a big
chalky looking line.
Yeah, doesn't really explain what happens. Then that's where we meet the Shape of Water lady,
Sally Hawkins.
And honestly,
Laura, the character's Laura.
Okay. Shape of Water lady is like, oh, come in. Like, I'm so excited you're here. She's like blasting
something fun.
Like MGMT or something.
Something millennial.
Yeah, something very millennial.
Which is old people music, as we all know.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
Or whatever song she was playing. And then you see this very distinct dynamic between how Shape of Water lady is treating Piper and then the son, Andy.
Andy's like barely an afterthought. Like, clearly she doesn't really want him there.
Yeah, she's more focused in on the girl. And so that's kind of where...
Because she mentions, oh, yeah, I used to have a daughter who was blind. So, like, I know how to care for someone with visual impairment. Because remember, he checks the floor and they notice that things are taped down, which is like what you would do for someone who can't see. He's like, oh, did you do this for my sister knowing we were coming? It's like, no, I was a mom.
Yeah, so we're kind of already seeing some context clues of, okay, like, she really wants her. What is she going to do with her? I'm going to naturally assume, like, oh, okay, this woman is also in the cult that said we are not a cult in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And... yeah, that lady starts acting, Shape of Water lady starts being mean to Andy.
Yeah.
Like treating him like the stepchild.
He's like, and he's blonde. He's blonde, so he's like a little Cinderella.
He is a little Cinderella. She like goes through his phone like the first day.
Immediately.
Oh my God, yes. I already knew she was trouble because it was a horror movie. But like the moment she like starts going in his phone, like the first 5 minutes that the movie starts, or the first 5 minutes that they get there. He's like, don't go through that, and she starts playing like, oh, like the victim.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this bitch is gonna.
White women be gaslighting.
They do be gaslighting.
They just know how to do it so damn well.
So good.
Big nod.
Oh, that's a big nod from our producer.
Big nods from our white cishet producer Benjamin. Has had some experience in that world apparently. But she was gaslighting him like from the jump.
From the jump, gave him a shitty room.
Probably stunk in there.
Yeah, and
like just looking at the room, it's like, oh, it looked mildewy.
Yeah, and then the daughter got this beautiful, colorful, nice room. I guess it was her late daughter Kathy's old room, who I guess was not changed or anything, kept it in good condition.
Yeah.
And then we start finding out more about Shape of Water lady, that she like lost her daughter drowning in the pool in the backyard.
Yep.
she like fell in or something and drowned.
Like it looked like maybe she also like hit her head on the way in.
A lot of head hitting.
A lot of head hitting. Like it's funny. Like I feel like there is like some kind of like motif happening with these brothers, because but now 2 movies they've done, there is like heavy emphasis on water and like trauma and the inability to deal with said trauma and grief.
Right.
Like in the first one, Talk to Me, you kind of have the ghost that kind of latches onto the main character was like drowned, so they're like you always hear like water sounds when she comes near.
And it was her mom, right, or something.
It was supposed to be her mom, but then you kind of find it.
Find out it was like a demon.
She
or
gradually gets more like kind of like waterlogged, like a corpse, like who was drowned would look like.
Yeah.
But like, and that was like a drug metaphor. Like, oh, the daughter is coping with the loss of the mother through doing like drugs, which was in this case was talking to spirits.
Right. Exactly.
And this one, she's not coping with losing her daughter. Instead of turning to mystical drugs, she decides to go the old Pet Cemetery resurrection route.
Exactly, yes. And so, oh yeah, we didn't even introduce Ollie, who is the character on the poster that looks like 11.
Looks like 11. Boy 11.
Boy 11.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Oh, you're proud of yourself for that one, huh?
The masculine one.
Yeah, 11's a girl number
11
for sure.
girls.
12 is
for
a
the
boy
boys.
number for sure. I can actually agree with you on that. 13, they, them.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah. 13 is they, them.
13 is a they, them number. But anyways, getting sidetracked.
Are you happy now?
See, when you clapped for him earlier, Ben, this is the shit that you're going to get. He's going to be proud of himself now.
Yeah, it's June. We get it.
You're not bringing me down with you.
Don't act so surprised, Scooby.
It's Booby Doo.
Yeah.
Or whatever my name was.
Velma has big turf energy anyway.
Oh!
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's like big into second wave feminism.
Oh my god, my eyes are rolling to the back of my head. Like, talk to me.
She's like posting Velma's reposting J.K. Rowling a lot. That's why the gang doesn't hang out with her much anymore.
Okay, can I finish
Sure,
for once?
Sure.
So, now see, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, Ollie.
Yeah.
So we get introduced Ollie, who's like this little scary little boy, and
She says mute by like choice or something.
Mute
like,
by choice.
Not genetically mute.
Yes. Yeah, he's got bad vibes, bad energy.
This small boy, bad vibes.
Literally bad vibes. And so we don't really know what the deal with him is quite yet. But then they accidentally let the cat out of the backyard.
Named Junk Man, which I really like.
That's a cute name.
Because like in America, that'd be like naming your cat like Trash Man or something.
Sure. And the little boy's like doing something weird to the cat. We don't really see it.
Holding it
very
it weird,
aggressively,
and
then
the cat
like
is not feeling it.
Yeah, and so she's like, "Stop it, stop it." So that's how we kind of have an indicator. I'm like, "Oh, this guy, bad vibes. This little kid,
Yeah.
fucking freak."
Why might that be? Could it be because he's being used to house a demon?
Or too many damn video games.
And yeah, it's all those damn video games. Too much screen time.
Yeah, so we see him kind of be like this normal looking skinny kid, but like throughout the movie, he starts looking visually fucked up.
He actually begins to take on more a demonic thing, and he starts chomping.
He's chomping on everything.
He gets that boy hungry.
So this was my only note because I was just like, why would you do that knowing that he was going to act like this? So I guess she needed alone time with the daughter, but Shape of Water lady takes Piper to the mall, and she's like, oh, keep Ollie in his room. Like, don't like let him out or whatever. And I was just like, that's your first mistake right there. Like, obviously, Ollie gets out. He like breaks a window, right?
He breaks a window and Andy's like trying to be like treat him like a person, not knowing there's like a demon in him. So he lets him kind of roam around thinking like this. It's weird that your big foster mom is like locking you in this room.
Right.
So you should be like, here, let me make you something. And
so he's hungry. The little boy's hungry, and this is probably the most cringiest and not
it was good,
like skin crawling scene I had ever seen in a movie, because Andy's cutting him a piece of cantaloupe because he's like, oh, you're hungry. And then, which first of all, I don't know why he served it to him like that. Like he served out the cantaloupe with the knife.
Point at him.
Yeah, with a big old knife.
And then
and then Andy grabs the knife.
Ollie
grabs the knife.
Grabs it and he's like thinking like I'd be thinking that's weird. Hey, small child, let go of this
let
knife.
go of that
but
knife.
No,
before,
he turns it
before I turn around and grab you a plate.
Yeah. Take the knife back.
Okay, and then let me say this. So then he's like talking to him still, trying to find a plate, and you start hearing like this visceral, like metally teeth sound, and you turn around and you see the most foul image on cinema where this little boy is literally chewing on the knife, cutting through his mouth, teeth breaking, just stabbing himself in the mouth with this knife, trying to eat it. That made me gag. That was so... I knew something fucked up was going to happen because they set it up that way, but I did not expect to see that visual.
Yeah, it was intense.
It was very intense, very realistic. Yeah, cutting his mouth open, the teeth were like breaking on the metal. Apparently, that boy was chomping.
He was going in.
He was getting his shit rocked with that knife.
Yeah.
And of course, naturally, he like grabs him. He's rushing him to the hospital. But then we find out this little boy can't leave the white line that we mentioned earlier
because it affects the demon inside of him.
Yes, it keeps the demon inside him, but if he goes past it,
which I think is like a classic like thing in like demonology or like summoning, when you're bringing something in from the other side, you usually do like, if not lines, usually like a salt circle or like a salt circle, and so essentially getting him through that breaks the line, and then he became the little boy again briefly.
Mm-hmm. He said, he started speaking again.
He said, "Help me."
Yeah, he was saying, "Help me," and then of course conveniently, the the foster mom and Piper come back.
Their girls' trip ends just as this is all happening.
Just in time for Shape of Water lady to grab him and bring him back on the other side of the line.
Yeah, and then she like, I love that she like has these VHS tapes of like essentially how to resurrect someone through demons. So she like pops it in, and it's like
not in front of them, of course.
Yeah, but like runs in the room, like pops it in, and like there's thankfully a section. Hey, if you the host is losing its demon, all you do is rub its little head.
Yes. It's so funny. Yeah, it was just like a VHS cassette. I'm like, almost like it was like an infomercial. Like, like, do you want to bring back your dead child?
Because now
in VHS form, we have 6 cassette tapes for you.
I know, like, what year is it, like, where she just has all of these she has a VHS player?
There was a few questions. I guess we don't need them answered, but I was curious to be like, well, how did she get these VHSs? And who's being like, okay, this is how you read?
I would believe it more if it was, like, a YouTube series, though.
Yeah, I mean, this day of age, yeah, I guess.
Like, there's a YouTube series for everything. It's like, I guess there would be someone that would probably like, yeah, hey, welcome to my channel. Like, so you recently lost your grandma and you missed her so really badly, and you do anything to bring her back. Well, I'll show you how in 6 easy steps.
Yeah, get ready with me.
Yeah.
to
resurrect my daughter.
Yeah. And so yeah, she did this little trick. He's quote unquote fine. He just has a fucked up mouth and fucked up hand from like breaking the window earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, Andy's obviously being like, whoa, this is fucking weird. But Piper doesn't really see it. Not like visually. I just mean more like because the Shape of Water lady's being so sweet to her.
She's so good at being manipulative.
Yes. And so she doesn't really see what's happening. And Andy feels like a little crazy.
She's like, oh, like one fucked up thing is like, I guess he's had outbursts in the past involving like kind of like bedwetting and things like that. So, but
oh right, and so then we find out really early on in the movie because like there's these scenes where Andy keeps waking up and he wets the bed, but then you find out Shape of Water lady's been pissing in a fucking measuring cup and just pouring it on him when he's sleeping,
just like to make him feel like, oh, he's. Because she's a former grief counselor, so she's like kind of manipulating him to feel like, oh, you're acting crazy right now because you miss your dad so much. So you're acting out. You're not really like, aware of it. Or,
yes.
Because he's also like a kid himself.
Right. And so they did a good job early on for the Shape of Water lady to like give Andy this like Axe body spray.
Yeah.
Because there was another scene that literally made my skin crawl where the Shape of Water lady sprays herself in the axe,
Mm-hmm.
and then she waits till the daughter falls asleep, and then like there's this scene. It was a scene where I didn't know where it was gonna go, where she's just kind of staring at her,
Mm-hmm.
while she's sleeping, and I thought maybe I was like, oh, is she gonna like do something like inappropriate? Like I didn't know what was gonna happen, and I was like so uncomfortable, and then just out of nowhere she like bops her in the fucking face and rocks the shit out of her and runs away. And so the only thing that the sister is left with is just the smell of her brother's cologne, and it's just like, oh my god, someone just fucking socked me in the face.
Mm-hmm.
So again, she's gaslighting
Yep.
Andy and Piper into being like, oh, look how bad he is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't listen to him, you gotta listen to me, you gotta trust me. And then there's a scary ass shed in the backyard, which is all locked up. One of my friends that we were with when we saw it, I heard him say, I knew it. Because there was a shed that, it's locked. Obviously, there's something crazy going on. Then we find out that Shape of Water's lady's dead daughter is frozen in a fridge in there.
He did not know that.
Carl,
I know this friend. His ass did not know that.
he said, I knew it under his breath.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you knew that she exhumed her daughter's corpse and froze it in a big old freezer.
Maybe he has first-hand experience on that.
He'd be doing that.
He'd be doing that.
Someone check on Carlos's freezer.
Yes, please. But yeah, so then we find out Ollie is possessed by a demon, and in order to resurrect her daughter, he needs to eat the dead body.
Essentially, like getting their soul.
Getting their soul, eating the dead body, killing the victim, the new host, in the same way that they died,
right?
And
then baby birding,
and then baby bird throwing up in their mouth.
Yeah, and apparently brings you back.
Apparently, it brings you back.
That's what the VHS made it seem like. At least
that's what they sold us on $19.99. 3 payments of $19.99.
I mean, that's what I would hope so for the $60 I spent on those tapes, plus shipping and handling.
Shipping and handling. Not
that's how
included.
they get you.
Yeah,
that shit's not coming through Prime. You're getting charged.
No, sir. Yeah, and so
that's why also that's why the Ollie was like. That's why he be chomping so much. Was because
he's hungry.
He's there for one purpose, and that's to eat the corpse. And she was like kind of putting it off.
She was putting it off,
hemming and hawing. I think she felt a little.
I think
bad.
she had to get rid. Well, I think she had to get rid of Andy first before she could do it, so people wouldn't be questioning where she went.
No, I think she was also on the fence because she had that moment in the shed when she was talking to Piper, where she's like, you can call me mom, kind of thing. It's like I feel in the fact she's like, oh, maybe eventually, but it's like if she said yes right then, maybe none of this would have happened.
Well, I mean,
she gets a new blind daughter.
But all that effort for an easy fix, I don't know about that.
You never know.
Well, I mean, that kind of comes up later. I think that was an important moment because later on you find out what we'll get into in a second. And then she essentially... Oh, Andy takes a shower, sees some scary ghost of his dad.
Who's was scary, but was actually trying to warn him.
Yes, at first you don't really know, and you think, oh, does this have to do with what's happening?
Yeah.
And then, he slips in the shower, also hits his head, but doesn't die like his dad.
It's genetic.
It's genetic.
This family's genetically predisposed to slip in showers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he doesn't want to, throughout the movie, he didn't want to get in the shower. And now I see why.
Yes, he didn't want to get in the shower because he was very traumatized finding his dead father in the shower dead.
I would be too.
Yes. And is that why you don't take a shower?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It smells like you ain't been taking showers lately.
Well, I ain't trying to die.
Great. Now all our listeners and all the men and the listeners will be like, yeah.
I want someone to come and look at my penis when I die.
So I'm not showering.
I ain't showering.
And so he's in the hospital. He gets out, and then he goes to the police, and he goes to the counselors like, hey, something's going on with this crazy foster mom. You got to help me. And then as he's there, he sees a poster of a missing child, and who do you know? It's number 12.
It's 12.
Yep. It's little Ollie with gorgeous curly blonde locks.
And so what does he do? He goes to the head of the foster service. It's like, hey, this woman that you used to have this working relationship with, she has this missing child. And so naturally they gather the entire police force and rush over there, and there's a happy ending.
Psych. They
Nope.
have this one old lady
Yeah.
counselor come to check it out.
There's a kidnapped missing child, and your first instinct is to like, nope, no police needed. I'll just bring this woman in her clearly overweight woman in her 60s.
Yes, exactly.
She's got this.
Yeah, she's got this. Which I'm like, I guess, sure, it's needed. But yeah, in a real case scenario, if we were like...
It's like one of the, like, it's like, I know it's for the movie. That's like one of those kind of more annoying plot holes.
Yes. And then, oh yeah, and before this happened, we see Ollie losing his damn mind because he's starving. He's chomping on wood tables with his fucked up mouth.
He takes a big old bite out of Sally Hawkins.
He was literally ripping his own skin and eating his own skin. Oh god, that was so foul.
Because he's not supposed to be there.
Yes, it's supposed to be very quick. It's supposed to, but the Shape of Water lady's really dragging this out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on her for time management.
Yeah. Poor time management. That's something we could all learn a thing or two about.
Yeah. And the counselor comes. Ollie destroyed the whole damn house, but Shape of Water lady cleaned it up real fast before they got there.
She did pretty good. Like with the amount of time she had, I was impressed.
Yeah. Blood. Her whole arm is like
And
completely obliterated from Ollie
that
biting
probably
her.
hurts like hell.
Oh yeah. And so I think the reason why the counselor doesn't believe Andy is because Andy has a troubled record. The whole pissing his pants thing.
And this is like no one wants to believe the worst in their friend.
Yes, and this was like a friend
from like work. Yeah.
From work. Yeah, she was also like a counselor, which I'm like, damn. Did she not like take any of her own advice to deal with grief?
I mean, that happens more often like than you think.
I guess. And so we are left to see Andy trying to convince his counselor. She's like, it's fine. And then they go to the house, and then the lady folds real quick.
She like
instantly is like, don't you, no, don't, like, she was like on her side until she fucked it up.
Yeah.
Until Shape of Water lady fucked it up.
Granted, though, they would have found something because Andy broke into the shed.
Yeah, that's true. And so he breaks into the shed. He sees that Ollie's chomping on her dead daughter.
Yeah.
And then her arm's like all bleeding. She's like, no, listen, don't you see? Like, I could bring her back. I could the title of the movie. Everyone stood up and clapped.
We all were clapping.
We
love
when we hear the title of the movie in the movie.
Also, we got to at one point Andy to say, "Talk to me."
Oh yeah. We also clapped.
Clapped for that.
And one of my favorite kills was very funny. They were like, oh shit, this is crazy. Let's get out of here. They fight off Shape of Water later. They're running out to get to their cars. And then such a funny jump scare. I was laughing in the theater because it was so funny because Shape of Water lady out of nowhere hauls ass in her car and runs them over.
Yeah.
And it was so sudden, so unexpected.
Because it's like, they didn't hear the car start.
No, you don't hear a car coming.
You don't hear a garage open.
No. She just rammed through her gate as quickly as possible. Ran them over. Kills the counselor, obviously.
Smashed her.
Smashed
her something good.
And then unfortunately, Andy was injured.
Enough,
but it was raining and she drowned him in a puddle.
In a fucking puddle. That's a tough way to go. Just to have your head kind of just rolled over in a shallow puddle.
Yes, that was hard to watch. And I was kind of curious, how did they do that? Because it didn't look like they cut or anything. Like it was all one shot.
He had to hold his breath. I mean, he drowned pretty quick.
He did drown kind of quick. I was almost wondering.
He had them little baby lungs.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? So Andy dies trying to save his sister. So sad.
You think? Yeah, it's like.
You kind of were hoping for a happy ending, but no.
Yeah, what? Let's just kind of speed through So Andy's dead now. Mm-hmm. Piper, comes back from this, I guess, game you play if you're visually impaired. It looked interesting. It's like a ball game based around sound or something, where you kind of roll with each other. It's like dodgeball, but you position yourselves to play it. I don't know. It looked fun. I'd play it.
We'll get you out there, boy. We'll throw a couple balls for you.
I dominate it.
Oh,
I could see.
Okay, we're not gonna get into that. Keep going.
So she gets picked up. She's freaking out, and this one counselor comes up. This coach comes up to.
Oh,
her.
that was funny.
She's like, "Can we talk to her? talk to you about her black eyes. He's like, no, not right now. Like, in the
Yeah.
most suspicious way possible.
You could tell at this point, Shape of Water lady is just frustrated.
she's losing it.
She's trying so hard to do this very scary, impossible thing
Yeah.
of bringing her daughter back, and again, didn't prioritize it right.
Yeah.
No, she didn't time management. She should have got a little journal and like wrote out the schedule of Ollie before he gets too violent.
Yes.
And not having a second kid there to kind of ruin your plans. I mean, I guess in the movie they did establish that up top that she didn't want Andy to be there.
Yeah.
But
Pretty clearly.
yeah, but that's what happens.
That's what happened.
That's what happens sometimes.
So Piper figures out that something's amiss.
Yeah,
Because-
she finds out her brother died.
I think like it was interesting. I think maybe the brother's spirit kind of was still around. Maybe that's why it was saying Piper to her through Oliver. And then she like kind of she freaks out, runs to the bathroom, finds a dead body, touches it, finds the braces.
Yeah,
Like her brother.
because she didn't know who it was, and she was like, "Oh, this is my brother." 'Cause
Yeah.
she felt the braces on his mouth.
So she freaks out, tries to escape, donks her head.
Oh yeah, because
She
there's
hit
a little
that hard.
tussle. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a tussle between Shape of Water lady and
Yeah.
Piper.
So they take her to the pool because her daughter drowned.
But
and
it
you
was
have-
so scary before that. Like she was just like, because as she was discovering what's happening, she hears, Shape of Water lady like kind of losing her mind and being scary and creepy and being like, I met an angel who said they could bring my daughter back, like being all scary. And then she's like, what are you gonna do with me? And she's like, I'm gonna drown you in the pool of love. And it was
just like so casual.
It
like,
was so
matter of
scary.
fact.
And grabs her, dunks her head, takes her to the pool to drown her, starts drowning her. Ollie's got this big old pot belly. Pot belly full of demon.
Yep.
Honestly, me, after I eat a couple slices of bread,
Yeah.
I shouldn't eat. I think I have a gluten allergy. I shouldn't. I should not be eating bread because our bellies look the same. And
You're like, huh?
yeah, I was like,
Visual represent like that's me.
that's high. And she's drowning her. It's very sad, but then a great way that she was able to kind of Piper to manipulate the manipulator. She called her mom as she was drowning, and then she like kind of realized what she was doing.
She hit her with the Uno like reverse right there.
She Uno reversed her ass with the mom card, and she starts freaking out and crying. Piper escapes.
Ollie's still trying to bite one last time.
He's trying to chomp as much because he has to eat and then throw up.
Throw up the thing before it's
in
too
Piper,
late.
yeah, but it's too late at this point. Piper escapes.
They both kind of tumble down. Oliver also, I guess, trips over the edge eventually. The rain washed away.
The rain, it was raining, washed away the line. He was able to escape to go back to normal. His tummy went down. Again, that's me after the next day after eating a few slices of bread. That tummy was flat.
It was
I
nice
like,
flat tummy.
That's me after I don't eat some bread. And yeah, I mean, a good happy ending for Piper. Well, in the sense that she survived.
Oh, yeah, she survived.
Well, her brother and her
so
whole family
she,
died,
because
but...
still blind, no mom, no brother.
Did you think she was gonna
no
magically?
No dad.
Okay, but she's not dead.
I mean, that it's just like she has a rough life ahead of her.
Yeah, that is true, actually.
So Oliver, not much better.
Well, hopefully he gets to go back.
I
to
guess
his
maybe
family.
he has a loving family.
And then it closes on this very sad scene where, I mean, you do feel bad, even though she was the villain. You do feel bad for her. She takes her like corpsey daughter and is just like holding her in
And,
the
like,
pool.
She she sticks her hand or her fingers in the wound on her forearm from when Oliver bit her,
Yeah.
and basically finishes opening up that vein,
Yeah, so that she could just die.
bleed out in the pool with her daughter.
That was sad, even though we were anti her the whole time.
Well, that's and that kind of goes back to the the theory of my little theory about like the two through lines between the movie. It's like both their movies are about people unable to deal with like their grief in healthy ways,
Right? Yeah.
and so ultimately,
Even counselors, I guess they can't do it either. But yeah, it was very sad. A very beautiful visual, and then you see the police coming to take her away. But she might be dead at this point.
I think you bleed out faster in water.
Yeah, and that's also what she said too. She in the beginning of the movie, she was like, "I didn't cope with my daughter dying." She literally, I wanted to be buried with her when they buried her.
She's like, I get to go back to my nice bed, and like she's just in the ground.
Right.
It's
Ew,
sad.
you know what? I just remembered this too that I forgot. So she takes in the very beginning of the movie, she takes them to the funeral of their father.
Mhm.
Ew, and remember she was just like, give him
Kiss
a
him.
kiss. Oh yeah,
Kiss
do
him.
the Australian accent of it.
It's custom. You need to kiss your father.
Ew, yeah, that was such a cringy moment.
It's your last time you're gonna see him. Kiss him.
Kiss him. Kiss him.
She's like,
Yeah, they're all. It takes place in Australia, by the way.
Yeah. And she's like, and then she like moves now. Like, let me show you how it's done.
Oh, I know. And then she kissed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, move it. I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
But yeah, great movie. I think I like this movie more than I like Talk to Me.
I do. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this one was a very fun, very jarring. If your stomach turns from body horror,
Yeah.
do not watch this movie. It was foul.
But if you're not a big pussy baby,
Oh.
go see this movie.
And Happy Pride.
Yeah, and have read. Also, see Friendship. Also very
Oh
fun.
yeah, we saw Friendship. I could have honestly liked Friendship to be scarier.
Yeah, it should have been. I should have been scared.
There was like a moment where I was like, "Oh, is this gonna be a scary movie?" Because it's kind of Fatal Attraction.
There's a little Fatal Attraction going on.
And I was kind of hoping for that, but no. I mean, overall, it was a very funny movie.
It was just also so nice to see a good comedy in a theater setting.
Oh yeah, there's no more comedies, no rom-coms.
They all
in
go to
theaters anymore.
streaming.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a bummer. I don't like it.
Yeah, and great cast. We had Paul Rudd. We had
Tim Robinson.
Tim
and
Robinson.
his, like,
Obviously,
and
Tim
his usual
Robinson.
cast of character, like a lot of like, oh, that guy, kind of like internet comedians.
Yes, a lot of internet comedians.
Kate Mara.
Couple people I've done shows with and got jealous
Mm-hmm.
that I saw them on the big screen.
Yeah.
Me and Tim Robinson are actually friends. Did you know that?
Y'all
Kinda.
y'all skateboard together?
Yeah, we skateboard and see Bright Eyes together. No, I went to go see Bright Eyes a few months ago, and I was hanging out with my friend who's engaged, well, now actually married to one of the guys from SNL, and we were all hanging out at this Bright Eyes concert, and then Tim Robinson and Whitmer Thomas came up to say hey to him,
Right.
and I
You were there?
was there, and I was like, hey, what's up, Tim? And we shook hands, so now we're friends.
What the hell?
What the helly?
You sure about that?
No, because Brian had posted pictures of me on his story, and he follows Brian because they grew up in Chicago, or not grew up, but like they did Chicago comedy together.
comedy stuff.
And so Brian said he's never liked his stories unless I've been in them. So Tim Robinson maybe has a little crush.
Look out, Tim Robinson's wife,
Mrs. Tim Robinson, Timothy Robinson.
Timothy Robinson.
But yeah, it was good to see my bestie up on the big screen. Gotta support my bestie.
Yeah, support
that
your friend.
I met once.
You gotta support your friends.
Gotta support my friends and friendship. Very fun movie. And honestly, we did it chronologically right, like in order.
That would have sucked to have seen this the other way around because we saw the traumatic horror movie first.
And then a nice anecdote of friendship.
Yeah.
And the friendship was very funny. It did make me laugh a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It was a very good movie. But honestly, I would like it to have been a little scarier. It would have been the perfect movie if it was scary at the end.
If they just like kind of like
Did a 360.
really kind of out of left field
That's honestly what I want to do. We'll talk about
because
this later.
comedy's all about unexpected.
Exactly. So I would give Bring Her Back out of Adri Tomatoes, honestly, a 95.
Yeah.
95. Friendship, I'll give it a 91 tomatoes.
I think after biting on the knife, Oliver had like about 4.5 teeth left, and that feels the right amount of number of teeth to award this movie. 4.5
Bloody teeth.
Yeah.
Got it. And then what about Friendship?
5 wigs.
5 wigs?
Yeah.
When does he wear a wig?
He doesn't.
Oh, in Friendship.
Yeah.
Toupees, not wigs.
5 toupees.
5 toupees. Oh, so a perfect movie.
A perfect movie.
Okay, yeah, that was very funny. And a great way to bring back a great callback.
Yeah.
To be like, keep the secret between us.
Yeah.
A great heightened move
Yes.
because he was gonna shoot them all, but then he didn't want his friend to see that he wore a toupee. Very
Yeah.
funny.
Very funny.
Very, very funny. But honestly, could have been scarier. So that's why I'm not giving it any more than a 91 Rotten Tomatoes.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, that's all the time we have for you. Tune in next week for some new hot episodes.
We'll see you next week.
Well, you didn't like that outro?
It's great.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye. Stay away from knives in your mouth.